I haven't even done a test hover, honestly. I actually don't even know if it flies. How does this scene look here? How's the exposure? My heart's racing. No big deal. Just like any other flight, kinda. GoPro or DJI's O3 Air Unit. Since the O3 came out, there's always been a split in the community about which one's better for filming FPV videos. GoPro has better dynamic range and more recording options since you're not using that for your FPV feed. It also records your flight audio if that's something that you want or need. But the O3 saves weight and therefore increases your flight time dramatically. GoPros are expensive, so if you're constantly crashing them and breaking them and you don't have a replacement plan, that's less money in your pocket for more drone stuff. But the O3 is mounted in your quad, so it's safer and generally less prone to getting damaged. And really, most people can't tell the difference between GoPro footage and O3 footage if you compared them side by side. And nowadays, we have the option of putting ND filters on our O3 cameras to get some of that sweet motion blur that makes it look like you are hauling ass. If you remember a little while back, I made a build video using the Rotor Riot Moxie frame. It was supposed to be another freestyle quad, so I got prints for the GoPro. It flew pretty good, but was just too heavy and flight time became an issue. Plus, I already have a freestyle quad set up specifically for freestyle with a GoPro mount that's lighter weight, has good flight time, so I don't need two. But what makes a drone freestyle or cinematic? The main difference? GPS. That's kind of really it. Maybe, dead cat frames so the props aren't in view, stuff like that. But typically you're flying parks and bandos for freestyle, and you're not worried about losing signal and losing your quad, because if you do lose signal, you can just walk over and pick it up. But if you're flying over water or in the mountains or the forest somewhere, if you lose signal, you lose that drone. I've been filming everything on GoPros for the last 2 years that I've been flying, but I think it's time to switch things up. So today, I'm taking the Moxie and rebuilding it into a mid-range cinematic drone.
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
This is the Volador, a 5-inch FlyfishRC Volador. Now this is their Deadcat style frame. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through, this whole thing, because it's not a build video. We're just gonna put this thing together real quick. One thing I didn't account for, because obviously the other drone was like a squashed X kind of regular design, is the motor wire length. Up front, we have plenty of length for the motor wires, right? In fact, they're too long, they need to be trimmed down. But in the rear, they're actually too short. Like I always say in all my build videos, to keep your extra motor wires in case you need them. So hopefully this doesn't create any extra resistance or anything in the wire. I don't know, we'll see. All right, here's how we're looking so far. I put 2 layers of heat shrink on each wire, so hopefully that will keep them protected. We got the top plate on. This thing looks good. Very nice. So now I guess the last thing we gotta do is plug this thing in and make sure that I didn't mess anything up. Okay, well, the fuse didn't pop and we have lights. So yeah, I got a bit of work in the computer to do, and then we're gonna go do our first test flight with this thing, test the GPS rescue, make sure it flies good, and then we're gonna do some real flying, take this to a few spots, do some kind of some cinematic flights, see what we got. I haven't even done a test hover, honestly. I've armed it and set everything up. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Nice dead cat design. I actually don't even know if it flies, but that's what we're here to find out. For the first pack, we're just gonna do like a general flight, just making sure that it's moving correctly and doesn't have any issues there. Second pack, we're gonna do GPS rescue. And then if both those work out good, I'm gonna go to a different location and we're gonna do a bit more of a cinematic flight, or at least more of a cinematic cool location than an empty field, but this is good for testing purposes.
Welcome to HTX, Acro mode.
We don't need to worry about getting satellites on this flight because I'm not doing any of that. We're just doing a general flight here.
Danger.
We are armed. So far, it sounds good. This has got the Superfly 5-inch preset tune like I use on all my quads. Yeah, it sounds good. Doing the little flips. Nice and smooth, actually. I'm liking this. Holy crap. We have 21 satellites already. It was plugged in for like 2 seconds. Holy crap, this GPS is incredible. 20-something satellites. Wow. All right, let's push this thing a little bit. Nice. Still looking good, everything's great. Cruising. I think this soft camera mount's working well. All right, we're starting to come down in voltage here, so I'm gonna land, but that's a 5-minute, 30-second flight and 2.7 miles. Man, so that's all good and, you know, well and good, but the real thing is, does GPS rescue work? 22 sats.
Danger.
Armed. Recording. That was an interesting technique it was using, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. Auto landing, GPS. It's coming in. I don't see it yet. I hear it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Wow, just incredible. Oh my goodness. That landing was so smooth, and as you can see, the distance from our takeoff point to where we landed is only like 10 feet or so. I don't know, it's not that far. That landing was super smooth. Boom, landed. That was absolutely incredible. As you guys could see, the landing was super smooth. It's like 10 feet off of the target. Yeah, it's not a DJI Mavic or something that's gonna come land within, 3 inches of its takeoff, but for it being a freestyle beta flight, home-built quad, for it to be able to GPS rescue and land 10 feet from my takeoff point is just incredible, and how smooth it landed. So now we're gonna go to a different location and get some cool shots there. I've got a cool spot that I'm gonna go to. Hopefully I don't mess anything up, because it's a bit of a dangerous spot, but it'll be cool. So we're gonna go do that now. Okay, so we skipped a little bit. It's the next day now. I ran out of time yesterday to go do the flights I wanted to do. Also, don't be afraid. I know I look weird. I shaved. That was a mistake. All right, so here we are. This is the spot. As you can see, it's a pretty incredible spot. What you probably don't see very well is this big, huge cliff that's, 2 feet this way that I could fall off of. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, this video will never make it to YouTube, so it's fine. If you're seeing this, I didn't fall off the cliff and die. Yeah, we've got this big cliff here, so I was thinking I could do a big dive over this, and then we've got all this out here, this river, these big rocks back here, over to this side. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about, other than maybe signal loss and stuff like that, but there's always big birds out here that kind of patrol along this ridge right here, and so I'm worried they're gonna think this is a bird, I don't know, something, and try to grab it and strike me out of the sky, but hopefully it doesn't happen, so we'll see. So yeah, you come down here, you can see, we're right on the edge here, and that goes down there a ways. So how does this scene look here? How's the exposure? This is sketchy. This is really, really cool, and I really like this, but this is sketchy. My heart's racing. No big deal, just like any other flight, kinda. Whew. Okay, we're armed. We got 19 satellites, so we're looking good there. Let's do it. Oh, wow. Whew. That initial jump. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. This is amazing. Scary. I'm shaking a lot, but very cool. Oh boy. Woo! Yeah. This is incredible. 25 satellites. Wow. This is cool. Oh, little tree gap there. That was cool. Going 52 miles an hour. Wow. Oh, this is amazing. Wow. Just incredible. If we can. Yup. If we can. There we go. Whew. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. First flight went really good. I'm very excited about that. All right, I'm gonna get set up for pack number 2 and we're gonna fly this thing. Whew. Pack number 2 here. You're armed and ready. I have EIS on, electronic image stabilization. I believe that's on. Wow. Wow. Woo. Beautiful. This is crazy. Incredible. I don't know if I'd be flying here if I didn't. We're gonna cut this one early too. Better to cut it early than to make a mistake. Whew. Before you guys go, if you could do me a big favor and subscribe if you like what I do, if you like the content that I make here on this channel, subscribe, hit the like button. It helps me out a lot, keeps me motivated to keep making videos. I got plenty more videos planned, how-tos, build videos, stuff like that, flight videos like this. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.